Social media was designed to steal our attention, but what if it were redesigned with the goal of bringing our attention back? Instead of encouraging you to check the app as many times per day, imagine receiving a daily summary of what has been going on. You would be able to tell the platform how much time you wanted to spend consuming, and it would work with you towards achieving that goal. And your other goals as well, like your New Year's resolution to lose weight. Well, the platform could now curate your content to healthy recipes and workout routines. Sounds too good to be true, right? That's probably because the reality is clearly the opposite to our current relation to social media and how it distracts us from focusing. And it's not just you, it's everyone struggling to focus as well. And the book that I just read, Stolen Focus, reveals the 12 reasons why, and it's mind-blowing. So I knew I had to share. This book made me realize that I wanted to change a lot of things in my life and not fall into the trap. So I'll share what I've been using at the end. Without focus, we settle for shallow work, miss opportunities that feel rewarding, and wander through life without long-term goals. That's what the book has noticed. But our blame can't be put all towards social media, as there are many more causes to this epidemic we are experiencing. The increase in speed, switching, and filtering makes it impossible to pick the easy route. If something takes time loading, we're already reaching for our phones to fill the empty space. And if you haven't noticed this, try to go to a place with no Wi-Fi and limited signal and watch your reaction to loading a page on the internet. It's wild how we react. What we haven't realized is that the constant switching back and forth also causes the switch cost effect. Studies showed that if you were interrupted during a task, it's now going to take about 23 minutes to get you back into the same state of focus. Multitasking is often viewed as a powerful skill, when in reality, we're not doing one thing or the other. That's why we're experiencing a decrease in flow states. It's harder and harder to get into that flow when we're constantly interrupted by notifications, media, and people all around us. Sitting down to read or draw, it's happening less and less everywhere in the world. The decrease in time spent sleeping has also been tied to the correlation with our inability to maintain focus. So I bought an Oura ring so that I could focus more on my sleep after reading this book. And I've had it for a couple of months now. And I've seen a difference. I definitely have, but I do have to admit that I'm not sure if the Oura is all that people hype it up to be, because Gabe has a Whoop. So we often compare our data, and there's a lot of pros and cons for each one. I'm working on a video that's comparing the two, so definitely stay tuned. And even though it seems like scrolling TikTok for 1 hour each night sounds like it can have no harm, accumulating an hour each night ends up adding up. I see my sleep metric every day when I wake up, and if I've been scrolling the night before, it shows up as latency, and it definitely lowers my score. The book talks about this thing called the Great Acceleration, which is how things are moving faster and faster with technology. So obviously we're used to getting information at speeds that just didn't exist 50 years ago. And that's not bad, but pairing the Great Acceleration with the gradual deprivation of sleep and allowing our mind to wander is causing a blockage of what the author breaks down into 4 categories: spotlight, starlight, daylight, and stadium lights. Spotlight refers to our ability to focus on immediate actions like driving or doing groceries. Starlight refers to the focus required for long-term goals like building a business or writing a book. Daylight helps evaluate and put the long-term projects into action, while lastly, stadium lights allow us to work in a collective group towards one bigger goal. In order to work towards reigniting your ability to focus, the book recommends following these 3 challenges. I've been doing them lately, and I think it'd be super cool if you guys join along and we can discuss if we see any benefits. Challenge 1 is to go the first day of the hour without checking your phone. Make it a habit to start the day by working out, reading, or even journaling. To put this into action, I've been following the tips from the book Atomic Habits, which I shared in the video up here. Challenge 2 is to avoid multitasking by focusing on one task at a time. What if you actually had more free time if you focused on one thing at a time? There's this theory called Parkinson's theory of time that says that the more time you give yourself to complete a task, the longer you'll take in order to fill that gap. I tested it and it's definitely true. So for example, if I have to get an email done and that's the only thing I have to do, like on my main task, I'll procrastinate. I'll do admin tasks and then get to it because I know technically I have all day to finish that one thing. However, if I time block my schedule and only allow myself 1 hour to get it done because I already have other things blocked on my schedule, I'll get the email done in less than 30 minutes. It's wild. Try it for yourself and tell me how it goes. Lastly, challenge 3 is to prioritize your sleep by committing to no phone 2 hours before bedtime using either physical or social pre-commitments. A physical pre-commitment means you're physically putting your phone out of sight by storing it in a drawer or using apps like Freedom or Opal that will block your screen time. A social pre-commitment is getting others to do it along with you or keep you accountable. This one is the one that I've struggled with the most, but I'm definitely trying to do it more often because the Oura Ring literally shows when I'm in bed but not asleep because I've been scrolling. And like I said, it counts as a latency, which then lowers my score, which once you get into tracking your score, you become super picky and want to have that crown that shows up on your score every day. For now, the things that I've seen have the most benefit. Obviously, you're tracking my sleep with the Oura, which I have noticed. When my sleep is good, I'm in a good mood the next day and I can definitely focus a lot more. And the new thing that I recently started was downloading the Opal app, which lets you basically block apps and set time limits on your phone. So with this, I'm minimizing the multitasking and the scrolling, and I'm using that time on more important things. I'll keep you updated on how I like the app because I just started playing around with it. But in the meantime, I recommend watching the video on Atomic Habits because pairing these two books is really how I've improved my habits and I've been able to maintain better focus and concentrate more on the important things in life. Don't forget to send this video to someone that needs to hear it, and stay tuned because I'm always posting videos on the lessons I'm learning from the books that I've been reading. Bye bye!